Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the School of Science. My name is Luke and this is the match preview for Aston Villa versus Everton. Now this is a game that's old as time. We've both Everton and Aston Villa, we founded the league all the way back in the 1880s. Jesus Christ. I actually can't even think of a relative that far back. Okay, so Everton and Villa, they've went back quite some years. It's actually one of the most played fixtures in English football. Well, I say one of them. It is the most played fixture in English football. And more than likely, it's going to be the longest going one for quite some time, just because both Aston Villa and Everton are really strong teams. Now, Aston Villa did have a little bit of a moment where they slumped down into the Championship, and I think they even went as far down as League One. But now that they're back up here in the Premier League, they're showing themselves as a rather strong team who look like they have some longevity. Now, through the likes of Dean Smith and all those, they are really going to give us a tough test. So, with Aston Villa, they're a very, very pushing team. They are going to push us right to the line. They are definitely going to push us. So, our playstyle is going to have to be a counter-attack sort of playstyle, which is ideal just for the fact that we have got fast players in the forms of Townsend, Decore, Alan, Richarlison, Damari Gray, who unfortunately I didn't see in the training session today in the video, so whether he's going to be playing or not, I'm not too sure. He might have picked up an injury post-match for against Burnley, like he might have a little niggle. He might have even caught something, gotten a little sick. We're not 100% sure, but fingers crossed he might be playing. It might have just been one of those sort of ones where he's had a bit of a niggling injury, and maybe early tomorrow morning before they set off for Villa, they do a little fitness test with him, see how he goes, and if he passes, we get him in there. Who knows? But fingers crossed, because we're definitely going to need Damari Gray for this one. Just because we haven't got a mainstay striker at the moment in the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and even Cenk Tosun at a push. Unfortunately, we don't have these guys at this point in time, so we're going to have to improvise a little bit. Richarlison up front as the lone striker. I feel like this could be an opportunity for him to stamp his mark in on it, but this might also be the moment where we might actually have Salomon Rondon come in and sort of play the Calvert-Lewin role, because up against Burnley, he didn't do too bad. He held up the play. He was able to actually do some free movements and he got some good passes out. But I think at this point in time, it's going to be a situation where we may have to improvise and potentially use someone like Lewis Dobbin or someone from the youth squad. Might actually bring them in and have them sort of, have Rondon play for, say, 40 minutes. No, 40 minutes is not long enough. Maybe have him play 60 minutes and then have one of the youngsters come in and have him debut against the likes of Aston Villa. It's up in the air at the moment. At this point in time, I've got a feeling that Gray might still play. It just might be a situation where he was told not to come to this training session because he's got a niggle and they just want him to recover a little bit. But also in that training session today, we did see James Rodriguez having a little runabout, Cenk Tosun as well, and Ellis Sims. So these guys are all having a runabout. Cenk Tosun has come to the end of his contract, so it would be great to get him fit, get a couple of games out of him to try and put him in the market window, and then try and see him off maybe in January. Like Ellis Sims, I would be gutted if we ended up selling him on, because in the youth side, he did have a lot of potential. He was a very, very good striker. He was scoring left, right and centre. I'm hoping we can actually bring him into our first team and have him translate that into goals for the first squad. Because I like the lad. He has got a good little bit of pace and he's got a bit of elegance when it comes to his play style. So seeing him in the first team, he might be able to evolve his play there a little bit further. And hopefully we might actually be able to do a 4-4-2 with Calvert-Lewin and Sims either side of each other and have the two of them scoring for fun. We can only dream though. Now, for Aston Villa, as I said, they are a counter-attack sort of minded... Not counter-attack, sorry. They are a very attack-heavy sort of team. The way they try and play is they will try and bring it from the back to the front in as few passes as possible and try and utilise the pace of the likes of Danny Ings, Traore, anyone like that. They'll try and utilise that sort of attack. So we need to be able to bolster our defence and have it so that we can force them to attack catch them on the counter, and utilise the pace of the likes of Townsend, Decore, or Gray, or even Richarlison, and try and put one past Martinez. Now, Martinez is still doing great this season. He's still a really, really good keeper. And hey, if the chance ever come, let's say we end up selling off Pickford, I would definitely go for the likes of Pope or Martinez if we had the funds behind us, just because they are absolutely solid keepers. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, sweet, what's going to be the situation around this? Well, good news is I'm going to actually be doing this through a live stream tomorrow. So tomorrow, because of I've had a little look at all the votes, and from what I can see, you guys want a live stream. So tomorrow, this is going to be the best one to sort of cut my teeth on. So we're going to do a live stream tomorrow where I'm going to do a, what do they call it? A watch along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the match in front of me on the Sky Sports app or Sky Sports Online, and I'm going to commentate what I see, and we're going to interact via that. So that if anyone is not able to watch it, or they are watching it, but they don't want the biased commentary of the likes of bloody, what's his name? Steve McManaman. And his old Gomes stuff. If you don't want to listen to that, you want to mute that and watch my stuff, bear in mind there would be a 20-second delay on that. So if you have got Sky and you're watching it, what you might be best doing is pausing it for 20 seconds to 30 seconds and playing it and trying to sync up the commentary to the video. It's going to be a very, very tough ask in that regard. But if you just want to listen to the commentary and just want to interact with me, I would be more than happy to do that. What we're going to do is the kickoff is going to be at 5 o'clock. So the stream will start at 5:15. So get yourself ready for 5:15 because we'll be going live then. And we're going to get all the first-hand stuff going. And hopefully we'll be able to get a win on this. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button down below. It just shows me that you like what you see and you want to see more of it. Also, if you want to suggest anything to the channel, whether it be a different angle of approaching these videos, whether you want to do it in a more freestyle way, moving the camera around, maybe actually doing a little bit more of a jump cut with B-roll and everything like that, put it in the comment section down below. Always love hearing from you guys, even if it's just simple comments like saying, great video, Luke, love your stuff. Stuff like that, I always love it. Also, if you're new to the channel and you want to be one of the first in line to see any of our new content, why not hit that subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the bell, just because YouTube's algorithm is still a little bit iffy with me, and some people don't actually see this stuff coming live or coming up at all. So if you hit the bell, it just means that you'll be notified via a push notification or a notification on YouTube to say, hey, that dude's doing that thing. Also, I would like to say a big thank you to CT Baz and our new Patreon, Mal. So thank you very much, Mal, for being a new patron to the Patreon channel. And if you want to be like CT Baz or Mal and get your name here in the little box, go onto our Patreon and subscribe to the School Science Superfan tier. Now, there is two tiers there. There is the £1 tier and the £3 tier. So the £1 tier is essentially you going, you know what? I like your stuff, mate. Here's £1. There you go. Get a coffee on me. That's essentially all it is. There's no real perks, but it's just your way of saying thank you. It's essentially a donation on that front. But if you want to take it to the next level and you want to get yourself a couple of perks in the forms of being able to interact with me on a more personal level, so being able to actually comment to me, and the comments pretty much come straight forward back. Let me try and say that again. So the comments will come a lot quicker. I'm sorry about that. I'm a little bit muddled, and just seeing the new Patreon has got me a little bit excited. So yeah. So the School Sound Superfan tier, that has two major perks. So the first one being certain videos are uploaded 24 hours early. So they go on the Patreon channel. They're ad-free. It's 24 hours earlier. And any comments or anything like that that are put out, they're taken a little bit more seriously when they come to the Patreon side. But as the channel grows, there's going to be things like live streams coming in the future where I'm going to potentially be doing, like, what's that channel? Toffee TV have it. So they do the Live of 5. Something similar to that. I'm not going to completely plagiarise them, but something along those lines is going to be coming up on the channel, and the Patreon will have priority chat on there. But I will also be having it on the YouTube chat as well, so you will have Patreon and you will have YouTube. But it's going to be more than likely one of those situations where it'll be Monday, Friday, and maybe one of the weekend days when we're not playing, where Patreon will take the priority, and then maybe a Wednesday, a Tuesday, or a Thursday, we'll have one for the YouTube. We're going to do something along those lines. At the moment, it's still all up in the air, and my notebook is still getting new little ideas coming into it. But in any case, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to see you all next video. Peace.